Hey there, so today we have another review. This is a beer from Grimm. It wasn't even sent. This was available at GB's, which is absolutely crazy. They sent a bunch of beers, and I think I showed up showed up the week of, I guess to get the shipment like a Tuesday and Wednesday. Almost all the beer was gone. Well, at least like the hazies. This is the only double IPA I was able to find. So, yeah. So, double Ponies. Simcoe Strata. Grimm, one of my favorite breweries in New York City. Possibly my favorite, and very cool. I mean, this was dropped less than 2 weeks into the store. So this is actually like to the date, like 3 weeks fresh. So they got about 2 weeks in. It was really great. It was pretty good, right? Hell, it came all the way from New York, and that's like without like a huge distribution network. Calling out like, large regional breweries that can't send out beer that's like, less than 2 months fresh, right? Like, so, double IPA. Yeah, not like a huge milky kind of haze to it. Actually comes in a light to medium gold color. I see, no, could have been a carbonation. It's got like a medium plus haze, but not like a full on haze. Wonderful fluffy wet head. Smells great. Oh, that smells fantastic. Yeah. Simcoe and Strata. This is a little bit that soily Simcoe going on, but then also some of that pretty kind of tropical fruit that Simcoe can offer, and obviously Strata is a huge tropical bomb. Yeah, I mean, it's also something about the Grimm yeast. I find that sometimes it has a nice kind of like, whoa, jeez. Okay, anyway, a nice kind of melony character, and I get this in this beer, stone fruit or melony. But that could also be a contribution to hops. So like sometimes just beers exude specific fruits, and arguably it is sometimes it is a synergy between the yeast and the hops, right? So here I get like really ripe melon. It's got this like really nice kind of like honeydew character. The honeydew I actually very much get in Mosaic. So like full blind I would have guessed Mosaic, but it's Simcoe Strata. Yeah. I get a little bit of like pineapple. There's a little bit of like sweet, like white grape character. Like kind of, there's like a nice pretty sweetness. Again, like white grape juice. I get the honeydew, the little bit of pineapple, the little bit of pear too. It's just a really nice kind of pretty aroma. Very familiar. I want to call like the beer like maybe like Tesseract is something that reminds me of this. Cheers. See, I wish more breweries made hazies like this. Like, it's just like wonderfully drinkable, super aromatic. It's a little bit chalky, like just a hair, but like it fits into the profile of the beer, right? Man, I mean, this reminds me of like OG, really delicious Grimm beers. And actually, last time I was in New York, I actually went to Grimm, didn't even have any of the hazies. Just wanted to try all their other stuff, like all the other fun stuff they do, because they do mixed fermentation and fruited stuff and farmhouse, and they covered like a whole range. Like their range of beers is actually like one of the most complete, I would argue, out of Grimm, and then especially at the quality that they brew it at. So sort of doing sort of like a roaring table kind of thing, where you do like a master of everything, right? Pretty much, right? So it follows with the nose. It is definitely dank. That's like a little bit of that like Simcoe-y West Coast dankness going on. This definitely has a little bit of that kind of East Coast meets West Coast kind of thing. Strangely enough, it does actually remind me of something like Banger and Heady Topper. There is a noticeable kind of a medium to medium plus bitterness here that lingers. I think Heady Topper probably has a little bit more, and then Heady Topper I find also has more of this like hop saturation thing that's going on. This one definitely has it, but it's not as intense. Heady Topper I also find a little bit more biscuity sweet, but wow, I mean, it's sweet grapefruit up front. You get the really wonderful melon notes, a little bit of the white grape. There's, again, that really nice, pretty West Coast lingering kind of like dank and grass and soil kind of like lingering bitterness. This really, I would argue, is almost like a West Coast inspired New England IPA. Like there's something about the synergy that's like East Coast meets West Coast kind of thing that's definitely going on. This is not your modern New England IPA, which makes it really tasty. Again, the last beer that sort of tastes like this would be the Tuba Solo from Brewing Table. Delectable. I mean, there's just that little bit of biscuity malt. It's clean, right? It has a light, maybe hints of chalkiness, but there's a sharpness. And honestly, might not even be any chalkiness going on because the beer doesn't have that fatness that a lot of New England IPAs have. It actually snaps in with bitterness. So it looks a little bit hazy, has a little bit of the aromatics of it, a little bit of that kind of like mouthfeel, like rounded mouthfeel, but it hits in with the bitterness quite nicely. So I really don't think they pushed the chloride ppm too high. And that's what you get when you get the chalkiness and all that. Like it not only accentuates like polyphenol, but also like just makes the beer like, you know, dry and chalky. Here I get like almost like a saturated kind of like hop dryness, which is quite nice. Is it polyphenol? Yeah, but it just sits in a good place. I mean, somehow when you have that kind of hop dryness, it actually is enjoyable versus you tone it too high, then you're really drinking grass water, which arguably, I see a lot of New England IPAs do that now. So a lot of words to say. Other than that, this is absolutely delicious. If you don't like hazies, definitely try this one out. I don't know if this is in line. I wish I got to try some of the other New England IPAs or other IPAs that sent down, but I don't know what they're at these days. But if you find this beer or any beers like it, I highly recommend it because this is where I like drinking IPA at this point. At least you're going to call it New England IPA or somewhere influenced by West Coast, but like it's absolutely tasty. That's so good. Where's my bill? Oh, yeah, see, that's where I should leave it. That's a 90. $98 minus. Double ponies for Grimm. Absolutely fantastic. Peace out, guys. Later.